Hello. Again, I'm Pastor David Charles Ross of Bethel Fellowship of Christian Brethren, a light that shines in darkness church, home of the Ross family singers. And I'm coming to you from the book of Matthew, the 25th chapter. We're not going to be long, but I want to get this point across to you. Matthew, the book of Matthew, the 25th chapter, beginning at the 14th verse. And look what it says. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country, who called his own servants and delivered to him his goods to them." Okay, this means that Jesus is giving various servants various jobs they can do. What he was giving his servants in this particular scripture is talents, and that means monetary. It meant monetary talents. It meant money back then, and he gave them different talents. It says, to one, the 15th verse, he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another he gave another amount of monetary talents. But here's what I want to bring to you. This is talking about monetary talents. But listen to me. What kind of natural gifts and abilities, what kind of talents has he given you that are not monetary? Kaya, has he given you a singing talent? Has he trusted you with that? Has he given you an ability to play an instrument like a piano or a guitar? What kind of other talents has he given you besides monetary talents? Because he certainly gives people talents other than monetary talents. He gives these other kind of talents that I described to you. Well, the scripture says, Kaya and Lydia, that your Lord, he goes into a far country. We'll call that heaven. But he comes back one day to receive of his own what he has given you. In other words, he comes and he asks you not only about that monetary talent, but what about that musical talent he gave you too? Whatever kind of talent you got, whether you want, he comes and he inquires of you, what have you done with it? You see? Now, here's what I want to say to you out there in YouTube land. What's the other one, Lydia? Facebook land. Yeah. Here's what I want to say to you. What's that in your hand? Right now, my cousin has in her hand this, I believe they call it a smartphone. Well, let me say this to you, and I'm not going to be much longer. At one time, only the major networks like NBC, CBS, and ABC, hello, only they had the ability to send to you both words and pictures. All right, hear me out. Now you have it in your hand. Are you catching this? And you're able, like ABC, NBC, CBS, TBS, now you're able to send to the whole world words and pictures. Hello? What's that in your hand? He's giving you talents. Start sending it to the end of the globe, to the 4 corners of the world. What's that in your hand? The Lord's going to ask you, what are you doing? Hear me out. What are you doing with that cell phone, with that smartphone in your hand, instead of just taking selfies of yourself? Thousands of selfies of yourself. And I'm going to end it now. The reason why is because he said this. In the last days, men would love themselves. That's why you're taking all those photos of yourself. Instead, pleasures and lovers of themselves instead of lovers of God. That's why you're taking thousands of photos of yourself. But what did he say? And I'll end it here. Lift him up, Christ up, like I'm trying to do on this smartphone right now. Lift him up. And here he goes. And he'll draw, he alone will draw all men, women, children, boys and girls to himself. This is Pastor Dave Ross from Bethel Fellowship of Christian Brethren, a light that shines in darkness church. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.